It's training camp season. Today we're looking at the New York Jets, and we're going to be looking at Justin Fields sling the rock around throughout practice. But before we dig in, you need to click that subscribe button right now. We're looking at your players from your favorite teams, your rookies, those guys climbing the depth chart, and you're going to be drafting fantasy football here soon. You need to know if those players are going to be able to play. It's all right here. Click that button. Stop missing out on what your players are doing behind the scenes. We're looking at Justin Fields. But we're also, by proxy, going to be talking about pretty much the whole team. From Breece Hall to Mason Taylor, whatever comes up, I will talk about. We will loop this and keep talking ball if need be, but we do have 9.5 minutes of clips, so we're going to be very entertained. But here he is. There's Breece Hall. Justin Fields is right there, light on his feet. Remember the injury scare from like 6 or 7 days ago? And how they acted like the sky was falling. Next time you hear a guy getting carted off, just remember that these facilities are a little further out, and sometimes that's just the best method, and sometimes it's just the easiest way to take care of your $1 million prospect to make sure they get the best medical care at that time. Just remember that. Just sometimes it's the most infinitesimal injury, sometimes it's serious injury, but when you get that alert on your phone, don't act like the sky's falling. Just wait until the news is actually there, because the next day he was running out on the field. It was a limited injury that came out funny because my mouth's dry, like my 6th video today, and the coffee's kicking in. But his arm is there. Garrett Wilson's there. Garrett Wilson, Justin Fields. Fields is going to target him a lot, and Garrett Wilson is going to have a 25-ish% target share. It could be like 27%, it could be 24.5%. Braylon Allen has been going off, and a lot of people have been talking about that. They're going to use these running backs. They're going to be using these running backs. They're going to run the ball a lot. Like, there's going to be an RPO game. You're going to see a lot of this with Justin Fields. And that's going to create headaches because you got Breece Hall, who's a solid running back. Braylon Allen, solid running back prospect. They got a good discount last year in the draft. Solid. They're going to be using these backs. Zay Davis is solid. They're going to be running it heavy. All the running backs are going to be used. Breece Hall is going to be the guy. He's going to be getting work in the pass game. Braylon Allen's going to sneak out some work. Those running backs are going to be used in and out. They're all going to get a lot of volume, especially Breece Hall. There's Mason Taylor right there. Everybody was asking about him. Good prospect. He was NFL ready. He's been making plays. Now, if you're looking at this from a fantasy football aspect, Dynasty, he's cheap or was cheap. And if you're looking for a cheaper tight end, that's probably the best format to go all in at. If you're looking at redraft, he's probably going to be hitting the waiver wire. And you need to pay attention to the volume of this offense, how much they're going to be throwing the ball. Because a good amount of these targets are going to go to Garrett Wilson, and a good amount of these targets will go to the running back, which could limit the potential overflow of targets to the other wide receivers and tight ends. So it could be rather volatile, unless there's injuries that hit where they got to go to other portions. And I look for them to run the ball a good bit. I would not be surprised if we're throwing it like 25 to 28 times a game. Like, I do not think they're looking to air it out. They did not bring in much competition for Justin Fields. Justin Fields was brought in to be the guy, which is good for him, but also that is an indicator that they're building it around his skill set and their skill set, which they're jacked up at running back. They are jacked up. They have one of the better backfields in the league. They have a prime prospect behind their prime prospect. Like Braylon Allen was 17 years old, lighting up the Big Ten. Like, huge in production. He's a young prospect with good size to him. And you got Breece Hall there as well. And then Isaiah Davis was also a very stout prospect where they got him in the draft. This team is going to use the run game a lot. And they're going to use their stud wide receiver that they paid up for. They're going to use that a lot. And you're going to see Fields take off. You're going to see him sling the rock around. Fantasy football-wise, Justin Fields, for the price and what you're getting a QB1 most weeks due to the rushing production. due to that. And this team's built well around him. They're trying to develop him. And he's in a safer spot compared to Pittsburgh last year. And a better spot than the Bears were. Offensive line better. This running back depth chart kills both teams. You put the Bears, what they had, and the Steelers together. I'd rather have Breece Hall and Braylon Allen during those 10 years he was at both those teams. I'd rather have that. You're talking Najee, what we saw last year, Jalen Warren, what the Bears had. Yeah, I'd rather have that. I'd rather have that. I think people underestimate Breece Hall, and I think you're underestimating Braylon Allen and Isaiah Davis when you're looking at the depth of this depth chart. And then when you're looking at what you got here, Garrett Wilson, we got the Ohio State connection back. We're back there. We got some confidence. We got something we feel good about here in the offense. It's all looking good here for Justin Fields. This is right after the injury. Like I told you, whenever you hear that the cart's coming out on your alert, you're just going to have to sit back a minute. Don't act like the sky is falling. It could be. It could be rain and fire. It could be. But it also could not be. And that's the thing about that. And everybody acted like he was dying on the internet. Everybody acted like that. Everybody did. And we knew this for a long time. But that's how things work. Everybody's trying to get their clicks. I could have did the video right there and told you that. But I wanted to wait and see myself. Like, there was really no value outside of that. I can go over the clips and said that, but I didn't. I waited till, like, the next day when he was back and then told you how to handle that whenever you got the alert. Like, it could have been all bad. Could have been what you just saw. You never know. Just the facilities are out there. They're kind of further away. It's hot outside. Like, for the trainers, that's a longer walk for them. All kinds of different scenarios. All kinds. You just got to keep that in mind. But Fields is back. You don't have to worry about it anymore. He's shown that mobility. He can move. He's going to take off a few times and get you some huge runs. Fields in the background. That's during the practice. After he got hurt, he was taking mental reps there. He's also throwing the ball in the background, I believe, in this one. There he is. Bam. There he is. He's good to go. He's good to go. Justin Fields was a prime prospect coming out of high school. I think people forget about that. Went to Georgia, transferred to Ohio State. Had some good moments at Ohio State. He beat Michigan. He had that one play at Michigan where it looked like his knee was folded up and done. And we were scared. We thought season was over. Comes back. Next play after having to sit out for that play. And then comes back in. Rolls out. Throws a dart for a touchdown, like 35, 40 yards downfield. He's a gamer. He'll play through injuries. He'll fight through whatever. That's the thing about him. Former baseball player, good arm. He's got all the tools. And everybody knows the story. It's like we see the skill set. We're wondering when it's ever going to take off. It never takes off. Last year with the Steelers, this time training camp. My tongue's really dry. The words are coming out weird. But last year in training camp, making it rain with George Pickens. Every single day was a highlight moment. And then you got in the season. It kind of had a ramp-up period. But before our ending of the tenure, he was starting to click. And then Russ comes in. Russ makes the offense look better, at least more explosive with the balls downfield. But now we're with the Jets here. There's no Russell Wilson. You got a lot more around them. That offensive line's better. The defense is solid. You got your wide receiver that you have a rapport with. You got that running back depth chart. I think they're going to use that RPO game. They're going to use his legs. They're going to use those running backs. I think you're going to see a lot in the run game. I think that sign to me, because if they were looking to go air raid more, they would have brought in another quarterback to compete to push it for air raid. I believe they're going to build around his skills. His skills are going to be running the ball. It's going to be running the ball. They're going to take off with it, and then they're going to nail that first read over the Garrett Wilson. If it's not there, then they'll go through the progressions. But it's going to be bam, bam, bam on the place. I guarantee it. I guarantee it. I think we're going to see a different looking Jets this year. If you're used to Aaron Rodgers, I hope not. In this green, you're going to see a different Jets this year. Good, bad, ugly. You're going to see a different Jets this year. But Justin Fields is there. He's looking solid. He's looking good to go. Let's see if this carries over in season. I know you're wondering that back here. Make sure you hit that subscribe button on the way out. I got more coming at you. I want to thank you for watching. Catch you on the next one.